Hey everyone, it's Stiles. Hope you're having an amazing day so far. So I am here in Moscow. Yay for Moscow and Russia. So I've been traveling since yesterday late afternoon from JFK to Austria and then switched planes Austria to Moscow. And here I am in Russia. So I'm very excited. Spasiba. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять, шесть, семь, восемь, девять, десять. I can count to 10 in Russian. And Privette, как дела, хорошо, как у тебя, хорошо, как у тебя. That's me and you having a little conversation. How are you doing? Anyway, I feel pretty great because I slept on the plane really well and woke up a little bit and worked on my new book project, which is exciting. I'll tell you about that soon. But more importantly and more excitingly is the moment right now where I'm here in Moscow. So yay. It's about, what time is it? Oh, it is 17:12, which is 5:12 p.m. here, and I basically have the rest of the day, as far as I know, to just chill out and relax. And tomorrow morning, I'm doing a photo shoot for a magazine here. I'll tell you about that magazine when it gets closer to coming out, and about the shoot and what it is. And I think it's the cover, which is exciting. And what else is going on? I'm trying to figure out when the sun goes down in Moscow, or if it just stays up all the time at this time of year. So anyway, everybody drives super fast here in Moscow. I got picked up from the airport, and the nice guy who gave me a ride back to the hotel was like zooming all over the place, and he was totally mild compared to some of the other drivers, a lot of the other drivers. So reminds me of, you know, a bad boys haven. Bad boys from high school used to drive like this, and it just seems like they're all over the place. And they're girls too. Girls, boys, older men, the whole thing. Everybody's just driving like race cars. And yeah, so it's starting to rain a little bit now. I got some Russian cash because I'm going to get a few little gifts for friends and the doormen at Strala that are Russian. And what else? I'm going to show you my little view here in the room. And there we go. You see out the window a little bit into Russia land. Russia land. So I'll be taking some more videos tomorrow after. Oh, there's a little cat, a little Russian cat. Privette, kitty. I don't know if you can see the cat. Anyway, so yes, tomorrow after the photo shoot, I will be going to the big event here for Reebok and leading a yoga class from, let's see what time it is on the schedule. From 6 to 7 p.m. I lead a class. So for all you people that live in Moscow, I'm going to find out where that class is and how to get there. So yeah, I'm going to send some emails right now because I got some messages on Facebook of friends of mine that I'm connected to here on the internet machine that live here in Moscow, and it would be cool to meet some of you guys. Yeah, so that's about it. And then Monday morning, go to Paris for a little holiday with Mike, so that should be fun. I'm going to be mostly just resting and trolling around Paris and kicking around, and that's it for me. What's going on with you? Yeah, I'm gonna do a little hotel yoga to unwind, and maybe I'll make a video as well, because that's what I do, as you all know, when I am in other countries or domestic flights within the States, is make hotel yoga videos. Anyway, I'm like in Europe all the time now. I have 2 passports, which is pretty interesting. Okay, I'll tell you guys one little story. Coming to Russia as an American citizen is a bit of a process. So you have to get a visa, and not only do you just have to go to the consulate and ask for a visa and hopefully receive a visa, but you have to have an invitation letter from somebody in Russia that's bringing you. And because I'm traveling on a business visa, not a tourist visa, I had to get a business letter and from Reebok here, and also to show my business papers for my company and all these things, so they make sure you are who you say you are and all of this. So I had to turn in my passport to the Russian government a couple weeks ago, and I had to go to Cologne, if you guys know, if you follow my YouTube stuff, between the part where the Russians had my passport. So I had to go to a passport place in Rockefeller Center, get a rushed second passport. So now I have 2 passports, which I feel like a cool international like yoga person, or yoga spy, I guess. Yoga spy. You know, I'm like a yoga danger superhero person in my mind, but it's just fun. Saving the world, you know, one forward bend at a time and some deep breaths. One breath at a time, making the world a calmer place. So anyway, that's my mission. And yeah, so I finally got the visa. You have to go for an interview as well into the Russian consulate, and it's in New York City, and it's basically Russia inside of a building. So it was very much like, you know, how I had always imagined a Russian consulate would be, you know, hardly any computers, lots of paperwork everywhere, everybody obviously speaking Russian because that's who they are. And, you know, I knew my 10 words to get by a little bit, but no, it was a good time. Yeah, and then I got the visa, and now I'm here. And big shout out to Peter if you're watching at ILS, which he is the one who actually is the reason I'm here, because he informed me I went to get the visa, and I hadn't had enough time from knowing about this trip to getting a business visa, you know, with the Cologne trip and all that. So he's the one who told me to go and get a second passport. And so that's a good idea because we couldn't figure it out at Reebok. We were like, what are we going to do? So yeah, so I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, Peter. So thanks. I'm in your homeland in Russia. So yes, I'm learning a lot about the Russian culture so far and how you all like to drive fast. And that's pretty much it for now. That is my general observation. And the buildings are really cool. I like the little puffs at the top. They go woo, 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 woo. Okay, I'm probably sounding a little bit crazy because I've been on an airplane for a while. So I'm going to take a shower and do some yoga and relax and maybe eat some vegetables. I found a couple of vegetable things on the menu here at the hotel, so that's exciting. Yay. And, oh, big shout out to my friends at Kind Bar. Sorry, this isn't a pretty video picture, but like I just ate this really good. Saving me on my travels from being really hungry. And you guys must know me really well because you sent me a huge box of the dark chocolate cherry cashew, which are my favorite. So thank you, Kind Bar. I love you guys. And thank you for keeping me sustained and alive during my travels. Without you, I would be hungry somewhere. Hungry and sad and probably confused because I was hungry and not getting enough, you know, energy to my brain to work properly. Oh, on that note, one more little thing. I'm reading a fantastic book right now. Trying to find it for you. Oh, here's Snow Dog. Snow Dog wanted to come to Russia too. I brought him to Cologne and he said, come on, this is it. I want to see more. So I said, fine, you can come to Russia with me. So here's Snow Dog, everybody. Secret Monkey has been staying at home lately. He's traveled a lot in his earlier life and he wants to relax. I read, you know, I'm reading German magazines now because I'm in a lot of them. Privette. I'm actually going to do a shoot for them next couple weeks in Cologne. No, not Cologne. Maybe Copenhagen. Hold on. 1 second. Stay right there. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Here's my other bag of tricks. So I didn't even get into my knitting on the plane, although I got my needles through again. So I've got my yarn balls. So maybe I'll knit tonight because I don't know how cool it is to go out in this neighborhood where I am. And I just don't know anyone in this neighborhood right now. So all my Russian friends have advised me not to go out wandering the streets of Moscow at night by myself, even though people think I'm Russian sometimes in New York, so I could totally like pass as a Russian. Where's that book? I hope I didn't leave it on the plane. Such a good book. The book's called The Mind and the Brain, and it's all about neuroplasticity. And this really great, cool scientist who, here it is, who did the studies with OCD patients and showing how in OCD patients, very interesting to me because in OCD patients, the prefrontal cortex is very active and hyperactive and causes that sort of anxiety and compulsion and reaction to sort of scratch the compulsion itch. And it obviously doesn't work, keeps them in the cycle of OCD. So he's talking about awareness practices to alleviate that compulsion and also stimulate the insula part of the brain. Actually, he hasn't talked about the insula yet, but I'm obsessed with the insula. So if they're not able to access their intuition from their prefrontal cortex, I told you I'm tired. This is a total like tired, but I'm not tired vlog, by the way. Anyway, I'm obsessed with this book, and I'm like a weirdo on the plane, writing notes down on the back of my agenda, and the book that I'm writing right now has a lot to do with tuition and accessing it, and I think hopefully if the publishers continue to let me publish books on this, I would like to write books on intuition forever and ever, because I like to write books. Yay. What do you like to do? I remember when I was little, I used to write stories, and I used to win contests on writing stories, so that was fun. I always wanted to be some sort of a writer. And yeah, now I get to do it, which is cool. So I remember I wrote a story when I was in kindergarten called The Bathtub Filled with Green Jello. And it was very exciting because everything is very exciting to me because I'm interested in a lot of things. But it was cool because there was this bathtub in this house, and the kids decided they were going to fill it with Jello. And all of a sudden it started to take over the entire house, and the Jello started rolling out into the entire neighborhood, and the Jello just started piling up around the entire city and the town and the surrounding towns, and the Jello started covering the entire planet. So that was my 5-year-old mind. Filled with Jello, apparently. Mind of Jello. It was green, by the way, green Jello, which is actually the color of the year this year, 2013. And my birthstone, the emerald. So yay. And my birthday's coming up, so I'm going to Paris sort of for my birthday. Yeah. But, I should shower. I should shower now. Okay, this is like an 11-minute video blog, and I only meant it to be 2, so I'm sorry. If you've made it this far, congratulations. Let me know. I'm going to make a hat and give it away to somebody soon. So let me know what your favorite color is, and if I have it, I'm going to make a hat in that and give it to one of you. My aim is to make a hat a week for the rest of my life and give one away to you guys on the internet and ship them off. And then by the end of my life, there'll be hats on everybody, and you can pass them down or just toss them out or whatever you want to do with them. But there'll be hats in the world, and hopefully they'll be useful, covering people's heads, keeping you warm. Hat in Russian is shapka. Shapka. Okay, so I'm going to make some shapkas, and I'll see you later. Bye. Пока-пока.